Today's video is a get ready with me. It's been a really long time since I've done one of those. For those who know me, it's just getting ready in a simple way to go about my day. For those who don't know me, this is easy makeup for every day for people 50 and over. Certainly works for everybody, younger and older, but it's an easy way to get up and within a short period of time, get yourself ready for the world and for anything that might happen during the day. So I'll take you with me from a cappella to finished product, and today's look is this. It's very simple. I put on a simple top and a pair of jeans, and I'm ready for my day, whatever it may bring. Hope you're ready for yours. Let's watch. And I'm filming in a new spot. I'm trying to find a spot to film in for at least for the next several weeks until I go into the hospital, and then I'll figure something out. So I'm gonna get started today, just kind of bringing you up to date. I'm just getting ready to start my day wherever it winds up taking me. But at the start of every day, no matter what happens, I really try to put the best me together. It's important for me. If I don't see another soul, I want to walk by a mirror and not go, oh my God, who is that? So, all right, I'm getting started with nothing much has really changed with my routine over the years. I am still using the Water Drench by Peter Thomas Roth. I absolutely love it. It's a wonderful, wonderful moisturizer that just gets absorbed into the skin, and it does its magic. I mean, you have before you an old face that definitely benefits by this wonderful product. I'm gonna have to make sure that I take some of this with me when I go into the hospital so that at least I can keep my skin moisturized for the period of time I'll be away. I'm really, really hoping that I'm not going to have to go into rehab afterwards, but you never know. I don't know how badly it's going to impact me. And of course, because I come home to an empty house, that makes it a little bit scary, but I don't want to go to rehab if I can possibly help it. My last experience of it was horrific, as many of you know if you watched my old videos. I have my old Mirror Nest Velvet Maxi Lift airbrush here, but I have a feeling this is an almost empty one. This is in the shade Vienna. I don't even know if this product is available anymore. I started using it years ago. So here we go, just to give me a little bit of a base on which to paint whatever it is I can do to make me look my best. I've gotten calls from the doctors that I'm working with. The medical oncologist at this moment has turned it over to the surgeon and to the plastic surgeon for the surgery itself, which is scheduled at this point for April 18th, which is a Friday, and I realized after the date was set up, it's Good Friday. Makes me a little bit nervous, but as somebody said to me, what better time to have surgery than on Good Friday? So hopefully with prayers in place, and I'm fortunate enough to have some wonderful people praying for me, and I really believe it helped me enormously, especially in that first surgery, which was an 8.5-hour surgery, and it was difficult. I have no idea how long this surgery will be. It could wind up being very lengthy as well, due to the fact that I probably will need a skin graft. So that's going to be the time-consuming part of it. Presumably, as the surgical oncologist said to me, this is very old. This is my NARS Palm Beach. I can't even see what it says. It's so old. I have no idea. 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 I Anyway, this is what I use. At this point, there's very little left. I'm down to the very end of it, have it for years. And all I'm gonna do is define my cheekbones with it. And I'm gonna do a very tiny little bit on the side of my nose and a tiny little bit every single time that I sit down to film a video. This happens. Okay, back. All right, I'm going to just, I was doing a little bit on my temples when the phone rang. So I'm just gonna blend this in before I put any of the other makeup on. I really am not doing all that much. I have no great expectations for this day, but again, as I say, I do it for me. It really is more about wanting to be the best me no matter what the day brings. So here we go. All right, so I'm gonna just add a little bit, and this again would not be my first choice, but it happens to be right here. So I'm gonna use my Laura Geller Practical Pink is what it's called, Serum Blush Cheek Tint. And you just kind of turn that up and just apply a little bit of that. I don't see any color coming. I feel like this is the Emperor's New Clothes. There's nothing here, and I'm deluding myself into thinking there is. Okay, on that note, so I've spoken to the doctors, and the plan is for the 18th to do the surgery, and I'm praying that it's not going to be a very lengthy surgery, but it could wind up being that. And of course, as we all are, every minute of every day, I'm in God's hands, and whatever the outcome is the outcome that was meant to be. So I can be hopeful, and I would say if any of you are inclined to say a little prayer, I would appreciate it. It would really be helpful. I'm also using this hula. This is so old. This, I started to use this when I first started my journey into, not skincare so much, but into doing makeup. And it's the Hula bronzer. There's almost nothing in this thing. I'll show it to you. It's really hilarious. Look what's left. The tiniest little bit of it, but it's good to the last drop. So I'm going to use just a little bit of, again, just for a little more warmth. I have very sallow skin, so trying to warm it up a little always makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, we have to deal with the bags, right? I don't want to do anything too much until I start to do the eye makeup, because sometimes it gets on there and then I have to do fix up anyway. So I'm not going to do the under eye area yet. I have, to get back to the medical stuff, I have a lot of pre-surgical stuff to do. I have to sign my consents. I have to go see the different doctors and pre-surgical testing on the 8th. And I may have to go for, I probably will have to go for scans so they know exactly what they're dealing with before the surgery. And I am prayerful that it works out well. I really am. Okay, normally I would be putting on my, should I go get it? Yes, I should. Okay, I'm back. By the way, I'm still, after all these years, using the Zote soap to clean my brushes. I haven't found anything that works better. Okay, this is what I went to get. It's the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And I certainly need that to keep it from going into the creases. It's all just a slight touch these days. The older I get, the less precise I need to be with all this stuff, as long as it doesn't make me look as if I am under the weather or worse. So I'm going to start with just the background, which is a medium kind of toasty brown, just to give a little bit of definition to the end of my eyelid and into the crease. Again, just for definition. It's all very imprecise these days, and it works just fine for me. What color am I in the mood to be today? I don't know. All right, I think maybe today is going to be a little bit of a, I was going to say a blue day, but I'm not so sure. All right, I'm going to do a very, very deep purple. The heck is this color called? I think it's called Finesse. It's a very, very deep purple. That one. I'm going to put that into the outer corners. Just a little bit. Nothing fancy. I could do layer upon layer upon layer of it, but unless I'm going someplace special, it's really not necessary. Just, again, it's all about giving definition. And I forgot to do the most important thing. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it backwards. Normally, I will put my, I guess it was because I got disturbed with the phone call, and it kind of broke my pace. This is a very old Tarina Tarantino eyeshadow case, and I'm using the center color, which is a real white. I like to brighten up the lids as much as I can because it really helps to make my eyes look less tired and to make them look less aged. So, all right, I'm going to go over those corners again since I did it backwards. Very forgiving. The whole thing is really very forgiving. It's funny, I went out to, we had a delayed St. Patrick's Day dinner last night at Ken's family, and it was very nice, and everybody is lovely and very, very sweet to me. But I don't remember why I brought it up. Okay, it's beginning to take some form. As you can see, I'm just putting a little bit of the purple into the corner. Anyway, oh, I know why I brought it up. So we were sitting there, and I'm trying very, very hard to focus on anything but my upcoming surgery right now because it's a hard time for me. It really is a hard time, and I don't want to focus on it. I don't want to get down and depressed. Okay, it is now time to deal with those under eye areas. I still have my little carrying case that I use to keep most of my makeup that I use on a regular basis with me so I can move it around. All right, I have liquid camouflage. For this, I've used so many different products because the truth is my under eyes are bad. I mean, they're really dark. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this. And try to get mostly into those really dark areas. Then I'm going to use my pinky to just get in there. and try to work on that area. There's no perfect solution for me. If any of you folks have a solution that works great for you, let me know, because I'm certainly willing to try anything, but I've tried so many things, and it's very, very, very hard at this stage of life to deal with what is the reality of an aging face. I am fortunate. I really don't have a lot of wrinkles. That, I'm sure, is genetics, so I thank my mother and her family. My father's as well, I suppose. And there you are. So we still have those awful dark circles, and after that, I'll just add, it's a little bit of my Miraness HD Beauty Light CC Concealer, and I'll put that in the deepest part of it, just again to try to bring a little light into that area. It doesn't do a heck of a lot. It really doesn't. I could use lighting that would make it look less prominent, but this is the reality of it. It is what it is. I will then take at the moment I'm using the Josie Maran, which again has been around a long time, luminous hydrating powder, and I'll just put a little bit of that on to set it. So anyway, we were sitting at the dinner, and I was talking to everybody, and at one point his cousin's girlfriend started chatting with me and talking about the surgery and the aftermath and the possibility of going into rehab, and then talking about her own life situation, and it got me so depressed. It just got me so depressed because, number one, it made it very real, and number two, the thought of going through the horror that was my experience with rehab, not the rehab itself, the rehab was wonderful, but the nursing element of the rehab time, in which I wound up back in the hospital with a bursa infection donated by the place, although they accepted no responsibility for it, but there was no question. I went in there still having a JP drain. They did not clean it. I used to ring for them and beg them to come in, and if I rang for them, they would take longer to come in, almost as if I annoyed them by ringing more than once. So I wound up with a MRSA infection, and I wound up back in the hospital at Memorial Sloan Kettering for an additional week at that point. I came home needing nursing care every single day at home. I had a hole in the top of my leg because the infection finally was cleared, but they couldn't let it close up without healing from the inside out. So I wound up with this, at this point, it's a very small hole in my, well, it's not really, it kind of closed up, it puckered up, but it created such a difficult time for me. And I just don't want to go through anything like that again. I so need to have some peace with this. I just so need it. So I pray to God that this time is easier, that it's straightforward, that the surgery itself is as uncomplicated as it can be given the circumstances, and that I come out of it a functioning human being. Because though I want to live as a functioning person. I do not want to live, God forbid, that I had to live in one of those facilities. Shoot me now, because I don't think that I could bear it. And number two, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I just don't want to be a burden. I want to be able to live a life that is functional, in which I can be there for other people. I can do things that might make a difference in somebody else's life, and that I can continue to do what I need to do to make my life work. This is not easy because I'm not close enough to the mirror. So you're gonna have to forgive me while I grab this a little bit closer to me and just try to do what I can. I didn't show you this. I have lost so many of my eyelashes that it's not as easy to make them look full as it used to be, and I'm really not in the mood to wear false eyelashes. At this stage of the game, there would have to be a real reason for me to do it. I have them, but I'm not particularly inclined. I'm more of the this is me, accept me as I am kind of person. So this is it. This is one of the mascaras that I really like. My Amazing Lashes by Wow Combo. And it's good. I mean, take a look. Given what I'm working with, it's good. So again, this is a really quick, well, it's not so quick at your end, but it's kind of a quick way of getting my face done so I'm presentable to the world. Okay. That's about as far as I'm going to go with that. I'll put a little lipstick on. I will get dressed, and I will come back and tell you the rest of this story, which is nothing major. This is actually a CoverGirl. It's CoverGirl Exhibitionist Lip Liner crayon, and this one is called Plum Partner. So. Okay. My hands feel shakier these days. Could be that I'm having too much sugar. I shouldn't have sugar at all, but I do have an addiction to it, so I do the best I can, but some days it's not great, and especially when I'm nervous. The lipstick I've been using lately, and buying lipstick even at the drugstore these days, is not what it used to be. I went in to buy one. It wound up, there was some kind of a sale on it. I got it for $11 and change. It used to be I could get 2 for that price. This is Revlon Super Lustrous Pearl. Champagne on Ice, 205 is the number. And fortunately, they still had it because, as you can see, I'm down to the end of this one. Okay. I still have, after all these years, and maybe not the smartest thing, but I still have my Emile Cordon lip, what is it called again? Swell. Nourishes. Apply it as a lip treatment. I forgot what it's called though. This is Rosé Imperial. It's a miracle lip balm. Emile Cordon miracle lip balm. Once again, I got these a long time ago, so whether they're still selling this, and whether they're still selling it exactly as I have it, I don't know. But here we go. I'm just going to put a tiny bit on. This is what it looks like in the little pot. And I like this color because it goes with so many different colors of lipstick. I take the tiniest bit of it, and I'm going to apply it to my lower lip. It feels incredible. It really feels incredible. That's all I'm going to do with that. I used to put on a little splash of perfume on most days, These days I'm smelling more like what you'd find at your breakfast table because I had gotten some scents from Bath and Body Works. Blueberry Bundt Cake is one of my favorites. There are a number of really nice scents, so I smell like food. If you like food, you're gonna love me, especially if you like baked goods. And I will be right back. I'm gonna put my clothes on, comb my hair, and we'll finish up. See you in a minute. Okay, finally got dressed, put on just a plain little top and wearing a pair of jeans. I'll put in a photo of the look. Very simple, nothing special. And here I am, ready for the day and still desperately in need of a haircut before I go in for surgery, and they have to tie it up behind my back. So I'm ready for my day. Couldn't find my blueberry bundt cake quickly, so I'm going to be wearing champagne apple and honey today for my little spritz. And it's still a really nice, very fresh kind of scent, not at all overwhelming. So here we go. Just a quick spritz on my wrist, rub my wrists together, and that is my scent journey. Smells good. It really smells good. So I'm ready for the day. Are you ready for yours? Let me know how this thing worked out with this background, even for a temporary thing, and we'll see what I come up with for the next time. I know it creates a shadow on the one side of my face, which is or is not great, depending upon how you see it. And I'll be back for the next one. Hope you enjoyed this. It's been a really long time since we've done a Get Ready With Me. Take care, everybody. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.